Okay, this is Cuddles water dish. I have to use a fountain like this because she won't drink standing water. But anyway, I just want to show you real quick how to clean it when you have to, how to disconnect and reconnect and all that jazz. So anyway, this is the fountain. You don't need to unplug it from the wall when you're working on it. There's this little connector here. You just pull that apart and that turns the fountain off. Put this side away, don't let it go in the water, or this. And then when you're done servicing it, you just take these two pieces, put them back together. So you don't have to unplug it from the wall. Okay, normally every day, all you're going to be doing is just dumping the water and refilling it. So what you just got to make sure that when you bring it over to the sink that this cord isn't in the water. You kind of get it out of the way, okay? And then you're just going to swish it around, rinse the water, dump it. And then when you refill it, you're going to refill it with cold water between the maximum and the minimum. Don't put it all the way to the maximum, but don't have it all the way to the minimum. Just kind of fill it to the middle. You'll see that. And that's what you do normally every day. But when the flow slows down, you're going to have to clean it. So that's what I'll show you. I also wanted to show you that this is the flow cap. Now what happens is this will increase or decrease the flow of the water. So if you go to your left, it increases the flow. Go to your right, and it decreases the flow. I usually keep it right in the middle because if you do it any more than that, it splashes all over the floor and makes a mess. So, okay, now, like once a week you're going to have to clean it out because the saliva from the cat causes the filter to clog up and get crappy. About once a week, you've actually got to clean the fountain because the saliva from the cat, even though the water doesn't look dirty, it really needs to be taken apart and cleaned. So, all you have to do is lift your flow cap and your spout ring. You just lift it right off. This is just so it's a single flow. I do that for Cuddles. And then you're going to remove the filter housing by twisting the filter housing counterclockwise to the unlocked position. You're going to grab below here, down here. And you're going to twist that counterclockwise and just lift it straight up. Okay, and you're going to put that aside. Okay. Okay, now you're going to take the cone off. And to do that, you're going to twist it counterclockwise. But you'll see right down here, see this little, it's in the lock position now. When you twist it counterclockwise, it unlocks and pulls out. Okay, so you took the cone out, put that aside. And now you'll see in there is just the filter and stuff. Now if this part right here isn't like all gooked up with slimy stuff, then just rinse it out again and put it back together, which I'll show you. But if you see that this part here has like slime on it, that's the intake of the filter, you need to clean it. Okay, so now you're going to clean the filter if you need to. If this is slimy and the water flow isn't going through, then you're going to have to take it apart. But how I do it is I usually just use my thumb here and then I push up there to get this part off. Okay? Then that frees up the pump. Then I pull the pump up. It's got suction cups, so it sticks there. Okay? Okay, so now you're going to take this front part off. I usually just get my nail in there. You could see, this little front piece comes off. There. See it? You just kind of pop it off. You get your nail in between there. Take this front piece off. See? Okay. Then you're going to take this part here, this little piece. You're going to pull this off. See? This piece, you took it off. Okay. And you see, this is the little bearing thing. It's got a magnet, and what happens is that spins, and that's what causes the pump to work. You just kind of stick your nail underneath any one of these and you'll see it'll start to come out. And just pull that out. And that's this piece right here, see? And now this is like totally, you just see the inside of this and there's a little pin in there, you know. But now all you do is just clean this up, you know. And you take this piece, this little propeller type piece, and you put it back over that pin so it goes inside the hole here. Then you take this piece after you've cleaned it, and then you're going to put that, you can see where it fits right in there, and you just press that in place, okay? Then you take this piece, your little, I guess it's like, I don't know what you call it, but it's the thing that goes over the front that the water flows through. I guess it's like a pre-filter to stop any real big stuff from getting in the pump. And then you just snap that back on and you'll see it's got like, God, it's so hard. See, it's got like this little groove here. And that goes, you know, you can kind of see where it fits because, you know, you just snap that back like that. But I also have the directions. I'm going to leave the fountain directions on the kitchen counter just in case you have a problem and you can't figure out something about putting this damn thing back together. I don't know. I'm hoping you're not going to ever have to do this, but if you do, it's really not difficult. I'm trying to show you, but I don't know. It doesn't look as easy as it really is. But then you just, when you put this back on, you put, there's like a groove here. You see that? Where the pump goes. See? And you're going to put the pump in just like this. Because it has to, it goes right in that groove. And it has to go there because this goes over like this little piece here. You're spinning it back over and you're putting that back on there and pushing it down. So all this is together, you know, so this is all put back together like that. See? And then you're going to continue by putting the cone back on, and you're going to put it, you're going to, you know, put it where it meets here again. Like I showed you the little grooves there. You put there and then you twist it back clockwise so it's locked. See? It's locked there. Okay. And then you're going to take your filter housing and with this I want to show you how this, okay, see there's the hole and that goes over. God, it's so impossible to see anything. As you'll see, it'll sit right on top of the intake of the pump, or the pump. So anyway, you're going to put this in there again. But see there's like a groove here. See this groove right here? Well, also you'll see there's a groove there. That's where it goes. So you make sure you put this groove where that groove is and drop it in. And then you're going to twist it clockwise again. Okay, so then that's back together. Then you take your spout ring, put that back on. Then you take your flow cap and you put your flow cap back on. And you'll see It's got like little grooves here, and that's got little grooves, and that just fits into the grooves, you know, to one of those grooves there, and snaps back on. Okay, so now it's ready to plug in and make sure it works. Okay, so now we're going to fill it back up with water. And we're going to fill it between the maximum and the minimum. We're going to do it like right in the middle there with nice cold water. And then we're going to plug it in and make sure it works. And there it goes. It's working. Like I said, I'm hoping that you're not going to have to take it apart. And I'm hoping just being able to get the scummy stuff off of the front of the filter and just rinse it out will be good enough. You know, and you won't have to bother with that. But see how, again, to increase the flow, decrease the flow, I do it right in the middle. And that way it doesn't splash all over the floor. And I'm going to leave the directions. Here's the directions. I'm going to leave them right on the counter, and it kind of shows you about the filter and all that. If, you know, my directions, if you have a problem when you go to do it, you know. I mean, if the flow stays strong and the fountain keeps working and you keep the water in it and everything's going along, you don't need to take it apart at all. Just every day dump it, put fresh water, and rinse it out.